Hi there, I'm Rowan, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to do the reverse lunge exercise. This is a fantastic exercise for building strength in the glutes, but also for building control, stability and balance around the hips and the core. I love showing this exercise to people because not only is it really effective, but there are ways of simplifying it to make it easier if you're struggling with the exercise, either because of balance or movement or pain issues. But you can also progress the exercise to make it a full weight bearing strength exercise. All you need is a bit of space on the floor, and if you want to do a weighted version, you need some sort of weight. So the basic bodyweight version of this exercise, you just start by standing with your feet nice and close together, stand up nice and tall, and you're just going to take one leg back into this nice deep lunge, drop the knee towards the floor, just touch the floor slightly with the knee and stand back up. And it's as simple as that. There are, however, a few key points to keep in mind when doing this exercise. The first is you want to stay in control all the way throughout. So we don't want to see this dropping back and pushing straight back up. We want to be nice and controlled, coming down slowly and control on the way up. It's this transition period between standing and lunging while we're on one leg that builds in a lot of the balance and strengthens the lateral hips, so we want to emphasise that. The second thing you want to pay attention to is when you stand up, all the weight wants to be in this front leg, so we don't want to be kicking off with the toes on the back leg. All the weight coming through the front leg and bringing us up like that, and lowering down through the front leg also. And the third thing you want to pay attention to, when you're doing this exercise, you want to be standing up nice and tall the entire time. So when we drop back into the lunge, we want to avoid leaning backwards or hunching forwards. We want to stay up nice and tall, and when we come to stand, we want to stand fully. So avoiding leaning back or hunching forwards, and also avoid just coming to this hunch position and continuing from there. You want to stand up fully in between each exercise, each rep. So that's the basic bodyweight version of the exercise. I did say at the start of the video I was going to show you some variations to make it simpler or harder. So we'll start off with a couple of variations to make the exercise a bit easier. These are good if you've got some sort of knee pain or hip pain that's stopping you doing the full lunge, or if you're just having trouble with the balance part of the exercise. There are two ways of making it simpler, and the first one is to simply step back just about 6 to 12 inches, 15-30 centimetres, rather than stepping back into the full lunge. So we just step back a little bit, and the rest of it's essentially the same. Drop the knee to the floor, stand back up, staying nice and tall, all the weight through the front leg. And you can slowly progress this to take the leg a little bit further behind you over time, whether that's over the period of one session or the period of a couple of weeks. And as you get more used to it, you can end up dropping back into the full lunge. And the second way of making the exercise easier is you step back into the full distance, but instead of dropping the knee all the way to the floor, you just drop it slightly down, just a couple of inches, and stand back up. So just drop down a little way and stand back up. And again, you can progress this over time to just go a little lower and a little lower each time you do it until you can do the full exercise. So experiment with those two if you're having trouble with the full exercise, see which one works for you, maybe do them both and work towards progressing from the simple versions to the full exercise. And now I'm going to show you how to do a weighted version of the exercise to make it a little bit harder. So we can do that with a dumbbell, a kettlebell or a barbell. I'm going to show you the kettlebell version and a barbell version today. So we take the kettlebell and we hold it in this grip with our elbows tucked in, the kettlebell close into the chest, and then the rest of the exercise is exactly the same. This is really important to stay nice and tall, because if you start arching backwards or leaning forwards, you're going to be putting excess stress in areas we don't want it to be. So nice and controlled, step back and stand back up. It's exactly the same as the original bodyweight exercise, remembering all the 3 key points of staying in control, standing up nice and tall, and putting the weight all in the front leg. If you do want to do the exercise in the gym with a barbell, I don't have a barbell here, but I do have this wooden rod, and you would come into the squat rack, same as you would do for doing squats. You would unwrap the bar, the same as you would do if you were squatting, and exactly the same as with the kettlebell exercise. You're just stepping back and standing up. Remembering the 3 key points again: weight through the front leg, nice and controlled, and standing up nice and tall. So that's a few different versions of the reverse lunge for you. I usually recommend doing about 6 to 8 reps on each leg and doing 2 to 3 sets of that. You want those reps to be quite tough towards the end, so if you're managing to get to 10, 12 reps and it's feeling quite easy, then look to progress it by adding some weight or upping the weight that you're using. If you are having trouble with the balance and stability, then look to simplify it by doing the easier versions. So I hope you found this video useful. If you do want more content, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can check out the links below for more information, and I'll see you in the next video.